Hey, Algebra 1, Catlin here with your cool down over the distribution types cool down that we had in class today. So just looking at it, you had to describe each, and if more than one term applies, you can include all of them. So some of them are going to have multiple when you can do it. Looking at the very first one there, you notice that we have a shape that kind of follows this pattern right here. That was in one of our definitions of it is bell pattern, bell shape. It is definitely bell shape with, there's some extra to it because we could draw a line of symmetry right here and it would fold over on top of itself pretty much perfectly. We got a bell shape with some symmetry. So there's two different words we could use to describe what's happening here in this first one. In the second one, we don't really have a bell shape like we do in the first one. It's kind of a steady decline where all of the data has been pushed over to the side. And that is what we call a skewed left. Skewed to the left. So this one has a kind of all that information is pushed to the left side of the dot plot. The third one here, we witness this double tower of shape that we have going on. Double is important because there's two bimodal. This is quite bimodal. You have two towers, two modes. 1 and 10 seem to be the two modes. You almost have a little bit of symmetry here, but I don't think enough to really justify calling it symmetrical. And then the last one here, 4, you just have the same. Let me throw my face over here. You just have the same. Oh, pause for an announcement.
If you're in the building, get to your bus, please. Bryson, Hannah, get to your bus, please.
Bryson needs to get to their bus, apparently. Number 4 there, we've got dots straight and flat all the way across. And that is the shape of a uniform distribution that has some symmetry. So with symmetry, you could also fold that one right down the middle on top of itself, and it would match on the other side. All right, which of these distributions is most likely to show, looking at number 5 down here at the bottom, data collected while studying the number of plates people use while eating an all-you-can-eat buffet? This one took me a minute to think about. I had to go through and I was like, okay, when I go to an all-you-can-eat buffet, I'm thinking like I go to Snappy Tomato or I go to August Moon or I go to not Texas Longhorn. No, Texas Roadhouse does not have an all-you-can-eat buffet. I would eat some steak and I'd wear it out. I was thinking Sirloin Stockade in Murray. It's buffet. But if I go to one of those places, I'm thinking, okay, how many plates do I normally do? I'm like a 2 or 3 plate guy. Maybe a salad, then a big plate of like whatever I want to eat, and then maybe like a dessert plate or bowl. So I'm thinking I'm like a 2. So most people are probably or 3. Most people are probably in the 2 to 3 range. So I look at the graphs. I was like, okay, where is one that has 2 and 3 of the data? So that kind of rules out this one, right? It's not every. We don't have people getting 1 plate, 2 people getting 2 plates, and 2 people getting 11 plates. That seems ridiculous. This one right here has kind of a high 2 to 3 range, but it also has a big stack of people that are 10. I'm just not seeing a lot of people getting 10 plates at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Maybe extremely obese people, but not. I don't think that seems to make sense with this situation. So I'm leaning more toward one of these two, 1 or number 2. And I looked at the first one. I was like, okay, I'm a 2 or 3 plate person, but there's only got one person that 2 plates. That seems kind of low. And this had 6 plates for most of the people. That seems like a lot for an all-you-can-eat buffet. I don't know about you guys, but I don't usually have a stack of 6 next to me. Now that could happen. I just don't feel like that's the most popular. I feel like 2 or 3 is the most popular, which is why this is the one that I selected. I think number 2 is the one that best fits this situation. And in your explanation, I would put something like 1, 2, 3 plates are probably most popular for an all-you-can-eat buffet for the average person. Clearly, there's going to be some people that get more, but I think that number is going to decline as it gets larger, something along those lines. So I'm going with number 2. I'm not going to write everything that I said down. You can listen to that and write it yourself. but I think that makes quite a bit of sense for the skewed left to be the all-you-can-eat buffet plate goers. Y'all have a good weekend. See you on Monday.